All right, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here for a Saturday Null video. It's been a little while. Just want to do a recap of where my alliance is sitting right now here at D5. We're at 6.086 million VP. Now, one kill for Null at difficulty 5, which is where we are right now for my alliance. It's going to be a D5 video. I haven't, we're going to see if whether or not there's some real gameplay here and how difficult it is. But essentially, my alliance by tomorrow, right? We need to get just over one null kill. So one null kill at difficulty 5 will give you 675,000 times 2, or 1.35 million. So you get 675k for a kill, and then 6750 per 1%. So that means that I need just a little bit over one kill in order to get to the 7.5 million VP that we need for the frame. Now, there's a few teams. This is not going to be a scientific video by any means. You could look at so now he's got 1 billion, 1.28 billion hit points. Now, again, not a super scientific video here today, but there's a few teams that I want to test personally. One is the full Astral with the bust, right? The other is going to be Astral Odin without Emma Frost. Why? Because I also want to see what Emma does with Extreme X-Men, with the X-Men synergy, and being able to clear barrier on both skills. And then we have the classic bleed team that I'm using because I don't have any other characters built up that are maybe a little bit better. I'm not here to RNG, spend 100 tries on this either. I just want to generally see what the outcome is. I am going to manually play this though. So the first, we're going to start off with Astral. Now I'm using 3 strikers. So Ancient One will bleed on her striker. The team has, extra crit chance without Raider and all that, so they can crit a little bit more. Also, Shadow King has blind and bleed on his striker action. And Moondragon, I think, over Doctor Strange for striker, because Doctor Strange doesn't have an attack skill on ultimate, it doesn't do damage, and so therefore wouldn't trigger the striker, whereas all of Moondragon's does. I'm hoping this is enough to keep vulnerability up on the team, though. So we'll have to see about that if I need to maybe change Emma in this instance to a skirmisher to make sure it's happening more frequently. That's the only concern that I have, I guess, about this lineup. So we're going to manually play this and see what kind of outcomes we get on the damage. And then make a mental note on my notepad here that we're starting at full health, I think, which is 1.28 billion damage. So I can maybe subtract it later and calculate that to see how much damage we did. Or I guess I'm the first one going in here, actually, so that should be simple at 100%. Because I'm going to time, I'm going to back out. I'm not going to, like, verify my score here. I'll just have to kind of cross-reference how much damage we do during this attempt. So, we're going to be getting in to, if it loads up, of course, if my game doesn't crash. There we go, 100%. And so we are going to be manually playing this, and we're going to be playing it like we normally would here, of course. Yeah, we need to get some skills out. We got the vulnerability out, so that's good. I am going to be starting with the special, though, because the ultimate is where you want to start extending debuffs. Things like bleed, when you do eventually get them out. I do have a little bit of concern about... We should get the speed up, right? And so now that we have striker action, it's a little bit easier to then apply the striker bleed action. So that's going to be nice too. Get more bleed. If we can like sustain it, if we can extend it at all, that's going to be the big part of that, whether or not that ends up happening. He's already at 98%. And what I like about that, of course, is getting those stuff out. I'm going to do the special only because I want to kill that Ancient Venom over there. I think we did get a crit, which is... No, we didn't get a crit. Okay. I am going to extend this, even though, we're kind of early here. We're going to get an extra turn on that, right? On those bleeds, for better or for worse. Still at 98%. If we can get over 10% on this, I'd be happy, but I think that was the old version of them, right? That was able to do 10%. Now, we're kind of running into a point where, we don't necessarily have any vulnerabilities. I'm wondering if I need a third character, honestly, and that would be, I guess, Doctor Strange. Maybe make him a skirmisher or something to have it more guaranteed. That would be my only, or Moondragon, I guess, would have to be added onto that. I am gonna do. I should have done the special probably, but I wanted to put Safeguard onto Shadow King to see if it. I guess he's never gonna be able to extend it. That's the only problem there, I think, with him. I was wondering, is it possible to get the bust extended? It seems that we're constantly getting Safeguard extended by most of the other characters, though. That's interesting. The ultimate there. Get some speed bar, of course. You know what? We could probably do the ultimate there. Do some more damage there. I'm thinking we're actually hitting the damage cap, though. We got a crit. There we go. There's some more vulnerabilities. We're hitting the damage cap with a lot of the other regular skills, like for Moondragon and things like that. I'm going to extend all this stuff again. Not a lot of bleeds that we're extending because we're just not getting as many striker actions. That seems to be the kind of issue right now. You want to get that speed up going, though. We have a lot of AoE on this team in general, so I don't think I need to be super concerned about saving my cooldowns. I'm going to do the basic, though, there for some percent base damage. We're at 94%. He just did his ult, I think, for the first time. It's unfortunate they don't get any counterattacks. It's kind of weird. 94%, 93%. Okay. Not too bad. We might actually time out. Ooh, we didn't kill the minions with that attack? Oh, I'm surprised. Okay. We can do that, though. Yes, just shy of killing the minions with those attacks. It's interesting. Okay, get some more speed up. I wish that speed up was 2 turns, though. That's my only complaint there, because it seems to fall off by the time the other characters take their actions. 92%, and this is where we need to start actually clearing the barrier. So, there we go. Now it's cleared out. Which is interesting, because I think a striker action happens after. Well, it seems like we're on course to hit that 10%, which is like the old version of it, I guess. It doesn't have a slow, so we need to do that. But the ghost, the ghosty, I mean, that's really nice. We could extend that blind there too. 3 turns of slow as well. 90% damage, not bleeding as much, but still, you know, I think, you know, if everyone has this, I mean, right, 24 people having Astral, just on this alone, right, you know, is more than enough to get, you know, like 2 null kills here, right here. So at difficulty 5. So I would say I'm fairly pleased about that. Wong just came out for the first time. That's kind of funny. Get some more bleeds in there. 89%. So I'm curious how far we can go. Will we time out? I do want to try an Odin version of this team as well, just to see what's possible. We can flip that offense up there, and we're gonna do the special, of course. So we're staying pretty healthy. Team's doing pretty well, I think. I'm actually fairly satisfied, I guess, with it. I don't have any other problems with that. Using the ultimate for the turn bar. I believe that gives more turn bar than the special, right? I mean, maybe that's something I should have paid attention to. I'm going to use the special. The buffs on the team. If I even need it. 87%. Long does not last very long at all. We can extend those debuffs, I guess. Especially the trauma. Although I don't think he cleanses anyways. There's the barrier. The only problem with the barrier thing, I guess, is like the damage is still pinging the shield. There we go. Go do that. Add some more bleeds with the striker attack. 86%. Can we get to 80? I don't know if we're going to get to 80 on this run, but still doing pretty well. Yeah. So now the enemies are separated there, and this is a bit more annoying. I guess I have to do some like proper AoE here to kill them. That is strong enough, which is nice. Doctor Strange. Wait. Oh, we lost Emma. I just realized we lost Emma. Shit. Can we bring her back? I didn't see how she died though. I wasn't really paying attention to that part of things. Let's see if we can bring her back. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. No, Knull killed her. Okay, so that's a small issue, I suppose. We might be winding down here. The stacks are only at 22 rage. I feel like that was just some bad RNG though, right? I think that we can see that now my characters are like only 4-star. Ancient 1 and Emma's 4-star. I'm going to lose pretty close to losing Ancient 1. So now we have one less person applying the vulnerabilities as well, which is a pretty big problem. So we might be like close to the end here in some regard. But I feel like, you know, if you want to jimmy the RNG a little bit more, we got fairly close to the timeout. Yeah, okay, we just lost Shadow King. So that was about 16%. Maybe we can do one more. I mean, we still have the possession, right? But I think that's pretty much donezo. 83%. It was still pretty good, right? Does that trigger the ghost? No, it doesn't. Okay. Has to be the astral characters. Still though, 83%. I think that's pretty good. So I'm gonna stop it there. That was 17% at D5. So a lot better than what previously it was. And I'm gonna write that down. 17% damage with team one. So that's interesting to know there. And yeah, it's pretty good, right? You know, if 24 people do the same thing, even with just Astral, that's over 2 null kill. No, that's more than that. It's like almost 4 null kills, I think, just with using that. So that's fairly impressive, I would think. The second thing I want to do is going to be Astral Odin minus Emma, because Shadow King's thing is going to be going out quite frequently. And we're going to be, you know, I might move. I'm going to keep this as is, but I really want to I might have to move Moondragon out because I really want to prioritize the strikers on Shadow King and Ancient One. That is something that I would maybe consider changing for this. But I want to know, is this going to do better? Because now that the barrier hopefully is being removed more frequently by Shadow King's passive, maybe Odin can actually do his thing properly. Maybe he'll actually do enough damage to maybe make up for that, but maybe not. Like we'll find out what the results are for that. Hopefully I'm the first one back in again so that I don't have to jimmy the numbers here a little bit with the percentage. As we load back in for round number 2. Yep, we're at 100% again. So let's start that with the basic to get the battlefield effect off, of course, and we'll start getting some devos in. That's the only thing, as I guess we're going to be... Oh, wow, 4 vulnerabilities already. Okay, so that's pretty good. Get the striker action. We did not get the blind, though. That's unfortunate. That did a lot. Okay. We'll go with the speed up, of course. And then will we do better with Odin? I mean, I guess we'll find out, I suppose. The slow in there, heal back up. We need to get that special on Odin, though. I guess just do the basic there for some extra damage. Which I probably could have done the alt, but he's blind. Okay, well, there we go. Maybe I should have put trauma on, actually. I wanted to extend that slow. I thought he blinds on the... Is it being resisted? I wonder if Shadow King's being resisted there. Is his focus not high enough? That was just my initial thoughts there. We do have lots of speed up on the other characters, which is really interesting. I'm gonna go for more bleeds though. Yeah, it's being resisted. Did you see that? Some of these attacks are being resisted. That's interesting. So maybe my focus is just not high enough at 4-star, which is a bit of an issue, I suppose. Buff wise, we're doing pretty good because Ancient One's extending all that. But the safeguard just doesn't. We're getting evades as well. The evades are good because you can actually dodge as basic, which is good. We're getting some decent attacks in with Odin. Actually, what I wanted to see was how much damage are we actually... 4 million damage for Strange. That's the cap? How much is Odin doing? 1227? Yeah, he's actually hitting the damage cap. Odin's hitting the damage cap, so that's pretty good, actually. Because he's just going to do it again here, right? Okay, 2 million. So he's not always hitting the damage cap, but it's still pretty good damage, I think. I'm going to do this special, though. 4 vulnerabilities. Yeah, he's really good at keeping those vulnerabilities up on Knull, I think. So that's why I really like that. We're going to go with the special again for some speed up. Actually, was that necessary? I don't know. Shadow King is like 2 turns of speed up. I need to get a slow, though, on him. That's what I need to do. 93%. So we did 17% last time, I think. We're keeping the ads dead, and that's good. That's going to clear the barrier, too. And that does blind. We extend this? That would be a really good timing for an extension. Extra trauma, 2 blinds as well. Ancient One is like no buffs though. So I'm actually thinking of doing that, yeah. Even though we didn't really need to do that. Yeah, those multiple turns of blinds are really nice. And also we applied counterattack on Odin, which I think was helpful too. 8%. Okay, so how much better is this gonna be? More bleeds. Striker bleed. Can we extend? No, we're not there yet. We have to do a basic. I haven't had the basic in a while, actually. Does do bleeds, though. 91%. 90%? Odin? Come on, Odin. Your little thing. 90. 89? No, 89. We're at 89. Okay. I mean, if we can't beat the 17, then this just doesn't make sense to use Odin in this team. I just thought that it would do better, but maybe it won't. So that'll be interesting to see, I guess, here. Ancient One's max HP is really bad, too. So that's not great. And Shadow King's actually kind of on his way out, too, it seems. Because we're not getting the extra turn bar. Yeah, Shadow. Okay. So I guess not. I guess the full Astral team is better. Which then makes me wonder where I'm going to need to put my Odin still. And that always seems to be the big question. I don't... yeah, I don't think I'm bringing it... Yeah, I didn't. They died from Knull. Okay, so 12%. I mean... If you don't have Emma, this could be a decent alternative if you don't have Emma, right? And that's the only thing that I would suggest is would you put in Odin if you don't have Emma? There's still about 10,000 people or so that have Odin. I know it's not everyone. I just wanted to test it out anyways to see if it was any better. And it seems the answer is no. So we're not going to continue on with that really because we're on our way out. And my game is frozen. It's just freezing. Knull crashed. Okay, cool. So we're going to come back, finish this up, and do some other tests. All right, and we're back for round 3 now. I think the reason why my game crashed is because some damage was done to Knull while I was recording, it seems, and maybe it crashed. Like there's some inconsistencies and stability problems with the game. That's the only thing I can think of. Now, the next thing that I want to test is going to be, this might not last very long. I want to test Extreme X-Men with Emma Frost, and the reason for this is because of the X-Men synergy and also her barrier clearing and whether or not that actually helps at all. Now, my only issue here is I'm going to run a Striker Emma. There's going to be 2 more Raiders as well and only 2 Strikers. I'm going to keep Forge as a healer. I don't want him to consume the Striker action. I don't feel it's as necessary. And healer will just, I don't know, keep me healed a little bit better. I'm pretty sure my positioning doesn't really matter with Emma. I should maybe read her kit or change kit better. I don't think she has any adjacent ally kind of stuff. So I want to see whether or not, because I feel like this might be the next best thing for a third team. And I guess it's whether or not the combination, and I gotta make sure my notes is team 3 is 90, I think I said 97%. So I want to just track that there and see whether or not the combination of these 2 teams by separating Emma Frost would actually make a difference or not. And I guess that's what hopefully we're going to find out. And we're going to go there. And just do a... Like, they got a lot of bleeds. Too bad I don't really have any way of extending this, do I? Speed up. We also don't really have Safeguard. That's a small problem too, I suppose. We're relying heavily on Emma Frost to clear the barrier. I think that might be actually, now that I'm starting to think about it, like maybe, you know, without a Black Knight, this might be very short-lived. And based on the damage that we did, actually, this might have been kind of pointless. Based on the damage that we did on the full Astral team as well, it does seem that probably it might be better just to keep the full team intact. I think that's probably what it was designed to do. I think we cleared the barrier even though it missed. Or attack missed, and we still got the turn bar from that for the team. Let's see. I mean, if we don't make 8 I don't know. I'm not sure what my goal is here with this fight here. We'll see. We're still alive though. Just need to spam that special for the speed up though. Like constant speed up, I guess is what I'm going for here. But she doesn't have any additional ability energy generation, I think. I just don't think she does. We're doing better than I thought. I mean, well, maybe not. 4%? I don't know if that's great, but Sunspot does some fairly decent splash damage there, though. We need more speed ups. I think we can wait. I think we can do the ult. That doesn't put bleeds, though, like the Gambit special does. 93%. We did 4%. Yeah, the barrier is going to be a big problem, right? Because I need to make sure that I hold that, which I didn't do. And I think that we can bleed through the barrier, but the bleeds, or does the bleed ping the barrier? That part I don't remember. I should know this. I feel like it does, but no, maybe the bleeds actually go through the barrier. That's interesting. So if you bleed enough, like you could circumvent the barrier, or like it doesn't matter, but you'd be relying solely on bleed damage, and that's the other problem, I suppose. 92, we're at 5%. I mean, that's, I don't know if that's amazing, but it's not bad, right? But is it better to take Emma out when the Odin version of the team did like 12%? What am I notes say? 12%? Yeah, for Astral Odin. I don't know. We're staying healthier a lot better though with Emma than we did without Emma, because this team did not survive very well in D4. At least that was my thoughts, anyways. Constant pings are nice, but yeah, just no real. Yeah, the barrier is just such a pain in the ass, and like, oh, we just lost Forge. Okay, so that's gonna be a problem, right? So I think that's not good. Not good. 5%, maybe 6%. You might be able to weasel out. Probably not worth it over using Emma, because when I used Emma in the Astral team, I got 17 or 18%, and the Odin version got 12. So small problem there. 6%. We actually got 6% with the Extreme X-Men. With enough RNG, might be able to weasel this around a little bit differently too. So it wasn't terrible. Wasn't the worst thing in the world, that's for sure. We actually lasted longer than I expected. Can we get to 90%? We do 7%? We're about to die, though. Probably not. No. Okay, so maybe if you weaseled it around a little bit. Maybe can we bleed him out? Yeah, we did. We got 7%. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think we're about to die, so I'm going to end it there. So 7% for Extreme X-Men Emma Frost isn't terrible. But, like I said, 17 for the full Astral team, 12% with Astral Odin. The Astral Odin was 12. That was 7. Combined, that's 19. Full Astral was 17. It is plus 2%, but I feel like I could have got that 2% from using just any other team, right? So nothing too crazy there. I don't know if that's something you necessarily want to do. Again, not a scientific video by any means. Just wanted to see what it did with Extreme X-Men. And then this is the normal bleed team that I'm going to be attempting. And the reason why I'm going to be doing it like this, I don't have a lot of the other variations of characters. I want to see how much this does on D5 and how it compares and stacks up to Astral. I think that's going to be the most important thing. So our goal is 17%, or maybe 18%. I probably could have got out of my Astral team, which is still pretty good, right? Honestly, that's if 24 people did that, like that's a lot of kills on D5. So that's fairly impressive, I would say. And where are we landing at the start of this battle? 86%. So 86 T bleed team. Just got to keep in mind that we're starting here. Going to be starting with the basic. We get the start there. You just want to do a lot of basics when it comes to using Mephisto, because you just want to stack up those bleeds right, and that's the important thing. And then we're going to be doing the special there. Not that the revive onces even matter. And then you're just kind of using, you're always using Adam Warlock and Omega Red's basic, like all the time, because they're just there to extend these bleeds. That's it. That's their entire purpose. Believe I have the right. Yeah, I had Skirmisher on Black Knight, just making sure I had the right ISOs on them. Sometimes you do want to use the Mephisto ultimate to wave clear. That's about it. Otherwise, you just want to keep stacking these and doing them as much as you can, and hope that Old Man Logan doesn't die. Right? You want him next to Black Knight because you do want his turn bar to go up more. So more bleeds. The good thing is that this team seems to be quick. Like, I don't think they last the entire time, or at least mine doesn't. Right? So we're just constantly pushing. We don't have any slow on Knull. That's the only problem with this team. I don't think there's a slow. Omega Red might have a slow, but you'd have to not do the basic, essentially, for that to work. Wow, Old Man Logan can't even fully clear the waves, the enemies? That's interesting. We're actually not doing... Oh, no, we did... Yeah, we did. We started at 86, so this actually isn't that amazing yet. But we might be able to. No, he does slow, doesn't he? It does do 1 turn of slow. Can we extend that? Maybe that might be useful, and then extend that. Maybe that might be helpful. Extending the slows. We lost Adam Warlock though. He's starting to hit really hard even at 14. It's because these teams are not designed for him. So I'm a little bit concerned. We might start dying. I might have to watch my oh wow, we lost Mephisto. Now he's gonna continue to bleed though a little bit. I just don't know if I'm gonna serve. Yeah. Oh, good God. 73? No, he's gonna die. That's the problem. So I'm gonna do one more. 73, 72. Can take a turn. I'm gonna have to like 71. Oh shit. I'm gonna force close the game. Okay, so we got to 71%. Okay, 71%. And I kind of had a few things over here. Ignore some of the other things. So 71% bleed team. Yeah, I was writing some things here on the side here. So we went from 86 to 71%. So we got 15% on the bleed team. This, I forgot what did I say? I think we got like, I think we got 7%. This is Extreme X-Men with Emma Frost. It was 7%. And then we did 12%. This is Odin. And then this one here, 17%, is the Astral 5. I know, chicken scratch. It's just kind of, I was writing this down for my own benefit. So 17% damage on D5 with the Astral 5, 12% with Astral 4 Odin, 7% with Extreme X-Men Emma Frost, and 15% with the Bleed Team. Now the Bleed Team, right, I could do this a handful of times to make sure I get my best possible score. That was probably on the lower end. But again, not a scientific video in the slightest, but I just wanted to see what the averages were. And it does seem that, for me anyways, that the Astral 5 is actually pretty good. And so if I wanted to do 3 separate teams, I guess what I would do is I would do the Astral 5, I would do the Bleed team, and one other team, you know, that kind of works for me. And that would be well over 30% at D5, which is fairly impressive damage, I think. You know, because if 24 people replicated this, that would be, you could probably get over 8 kills. So this is all to say that the Astral buffs were a pretty big improvement, because on the playtest server with Pathfinder, that I believe the full Astral team did maximum, like, I forget, I think it was 10%. And so this is a fairly big improvement. I would say it's like, you know, an extra, almost double of what the improvement is on the team in its full capacity. So that's going to be it for my video this weekend. Let me know what you end up doing, if you come up with any good strategies, or what your numbers are in the comments down below. Otherwise, I hope this helps and showcase the full Astral team. I think it's pretty good, and it will be worth using, at least for Knull, to make some more progress. So that's at difficulty 5, keep in mind though, and until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see y'all later. Boilon signing out.